All right, guys, there's only 30 minutes left to sign up for the last Titan Standing tournament. If you guys are into Titanfall, want to get into the competitive side, I talked last week with Alfredo from IGN. If you mix that interview, you can catch it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MLG. So a little quick Titanfall plug. Now back to Call of Duty. We have more matches to cover. Of course, Friday night, perfect 3-0 for TK. Saturday, they go 0-3. They fall to 10th place. Vex Gaming moving into the top 8. Also, Optic Gaming's 3-0 on Saturday put them back into the top 3. FaZe Black, dropping behind one game, is now sitting in 4th. Coming into Monday, however, we had FaZe Black looking for redemption. They were going to face off against Curse Black, Denial eSports, and Justice, who's sitting at 12th place, but has been performing pretty decently on Friday. Well, just like Friday, on Monday, Justice was bringing it. In their first matchup, they faced off against FaZe Black. They were able to take games 1 and 2, lost game number 3. However, they were able to take games 2 and 3 after losing game 1, and that set up a final game 4. Domination goes to Justice. They take down FaZe Black. So FaZe Black now 2 matches behind Optic. Justice moving up the food chain. Remainder of these night's matches, you saw FaZe Black take out Curse Black in game number 5. You saw Justice, of course, with a loss to Denial eSports in game 5. And there we saw a 3-0 over Curse Black from Justice, and Denial also beating FaZe Black in game 5. So Denial, they get 2 big wins, both of them game 5 victories. They go 2-1 on the day, their only loss coming to Curse Black. Justice also 2-1. FaZe Black, a surprise here, 0-3 on the day. The number 3 seed coming into Friday, now going 1-5 in their last 2 days of league activity. Here's a look at the overall standings after all of this. Now 17-11 for FaZe Black. Optic Gaming sitting at 17-8. Envy and EG, of course, at the top, but Vex with the win. Going 2-1 on the day was good enough to bump them up over Curse Black, now into the top 7. Curse Black on the bubble with Strictly Business, TK, and Curse Orange all chasing. Also, notice the silent moves from Justice. They're going 2-1 each day, but from just a 18% win rating overall in their matches, now up to 29. That puts them pretty close to Strictly Business, who's at 36, and Curse Black, who's at 43. So can Justice keep it going? That was the question. However, they didn't have any matches coming into Tuesday. The teams you did see, though, Strictly Business and Curse Orange. Both are not in the top 8, fighting to get in there. You also have FaZe Red, who is sitting pretty comfortably around 6th place, and Optic Gaming, who has a top 3 spot. Unfortunately, our videos, we had a little trouble with the conversion here, but let me break down what happened. The best match of the night was Optic Gaming going up against JCap and FaZe Red, but first, let's talk about their Strictly Business matchup. Optic continues to perform. They edged out Curse Orange and then faced off against Strictly Business. This one, a 3-0. Free domination was absolute destruction as Optic took it 192 to just 114. From there, after both match wins over Curse Orange and Strictly Business, they faced off against FaZe Red. To go 3-0, they had to get through JCap, Replays, Classic, and Theory. And Game 1, Domination, were able to get it. Game 2, Search and Destroy, it was 6-3 in favor of FaZe Red, so we're tied up 1-1. Game 3, Optic Gaming again with the defensive edge at the very end. 14-13, and Blitz gets a 2-1 lead before FaZe Red answers back with just a 6-point victory in Domination. So very close series going on here. That set up the final game number 5. FaZe Red able to take it 6-5, round 11. FaZe Red getting a big win over number 3. So here's a look at where we stood overall. FaZe Red going 3-0 on the night, also with wins over Curse Orange and Strictly Business. Strictly Business needing a big date. They go 1-9 in map count, and Curse Orange gets their only win over SB. So what does that mean overall after Tuesday night's matches? You're going to see Optic Gaming actually pass Envy. How did they do it? They have a better map wins record. They're tied in matches at 68% each, but the map count now in favor of Optic Gaming. Even when they lose, they go all the way to game number 5. What else happened? You're going to see FaZe Red finally surpass Denial eSports. They go from 6 to number 5 here with a 15-13 run after that 3-0 finish. At the bottom, Strictly Business is going to tank with the 0-3 loss. They're tied with Curse Orange, 8-17 each. TK moving back in to 9th place. So, what does this mean overall? 8th place is everything to these squads. Anaheim is only going to take 8 teams into the playoffs for Season 2. That's where the serious prize money is. That's where you get your chance to play against teams from the UK as well as Australia with Gfinity coming through. What is going to happen with that international playoffs? Who is going to make it? You got to feel comfortable if you're a team like Optic, Envy, FaZe Black, and EG. However, it's not over yet. We're seeing FaZe Red make a few silent moves. Denial eSports, they've been on and off. Will they be able to stay up in the top 8 or will they tank? And the team I want everyone to look out for is Vex Gaming. So let's take a look at where we stand coming into tonight's matches. We got Vex Gaming facing off against Evil Geniuses. That's going to go down at 7 o'clock. They did it on Saturday, round 11, game 5. Can they do it again? Curse Orange and Strictly Business, the battle of the bottom at 7 o'clock as well. Number 10 facing off against number 11, who is going to move up on the leaderboard. Vex Gaming gets a win over Curse Orange if they keep playing like they did on Friday, but Curse Orange, a big opportunity to score there. EG versus Strictly Business, number 1 versus number 11, very tough matchup. And then Strictly Business, Vex, EG, Curse Orange to end the night. So, a lot of people are thinking, will EG go 3-0 on the evening? Will Vex be able to go 2-1? Will they be able to actually edge out Evil Genius again? That is the storylines I'm looking out for. Also, later this week, we're going to see more matches from Justice. Remember, they had just an 18% win ratio. Now up in the 20s. Just a few matches behind Strictly Business, Curse Orange, and TK, all fighting for that 8th spot. Now on the show, please welcome Twiz from Justice. Twiz, it was not an easy start for you guys in the COD League, but you're making moves 2 back-to-back days with 2-1 finishes. What's going on with this Justice team? Are you guys starting to find your groove?
Oh yeah, definitely. We had a long talk about, how things were going rough for us and we had to really turn things around. And ever since that talk, we just started winning matches and it's feeling really good.
So what was kind of the conversation? And honestly, I would have given up if I was you guys in the first 22 matches. You only had, I believe it was 4 match wins overall. A lot of game 5s, but they were constantly losses. I thought you guys were going to maybe do a sub change, bring in someone else on the starting lineup, but you're sticking with the core 4. What was that conversation?
At first, we definitely had our differences coming from 2 different teams. It was a mashup in the start. And as the league started to go on, we were losing game 5s, and we realized we just needed to close. That's what it was coming down to, is just closing the game. So we were fixing our S&Ds and just took it map by map in our matches, and we started closing things out.
Now, when you say fixing your S&Ds, what did you think was the weakness that you guys needed to address? Is it just kind of nailing down the exact strategy, or were you guys doing something fundamentally wrong?
I think it was more fundamental. We were not playing together. It was just, okay, everybody do their thing and hope it works out. And we realized that's not the way that we can play. We have to work together. And once we started doing that, wins started to come our way.
So I've seen kind of big games from BL Fire. I see you at top of the leaderboard as well. What's your guys' strongest game mode, and who's been your strongest player, at least in this past week?
Domination is probably our strongest game mode. I've personally taken a reroute, and what I do, I started slaying instead of playing objective. I let Dow take that over. I feel me personally, I've really stepped up. But I think the most improved is probably Sin and Doubt. They really picked up their KDs in general, really starting to play, more for the team, and it just really started working out.
Well, I want to take a look at your overall standings, and I want to get your predictions of where you think this team can go. First off, while Ron's getting that graphic ready, can you kind of tell the audience, we don't see you guys streaming too much, haven't had a lot of your matches featured here on the ESR. What are the roles that you guys are playing now? Of course, at the start of this season, You two were coming over from Denial. That's you and BL Doubt and Sin coming over from Xfinity.
Doubt is playing the objective role for us. He's, hopping on flags, doing whatever it takes to win. Sin's definitely playing that slang/support role, going to wherever's needed. I'm probably playing the main slay role, and BL Fire along with me, slaying and doing what he has to. In Blitz, he really stepped up to get a lot of caps for our team, and that's pretty much our roles.
Here's a look at the lineup. Sin, Doubt, BL Fire, and Twiz. Twiz, with the main slaying role, are you doing it with the sub? Are you sticking with the Remington? Are you playing kind of more in a position player where you're trying to lock down the map, or are you roaming?
I'm definitely roaming. I'm just going to whatever flag they're at and just slaying them out. That's pretty much my role that I've been playing, using mainly the sub, except Octane. I use AR with BL Fire.
I like it. Very nice strategies. It kind of reminds me of Saint. Well, let's take a look at our standings overall. We're going to see Justice now 8-20. You're behind Strictly Business and behind Curse Orange, both at 8-17. And after that, if you look at just simply the wins column, you're only 4 matches behind a team like Curse Black with about 18 more games still to go, 18 more matches still to play for Justice. Do you feel like you guys have a shot at finishing top 8 here in the COD League?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel like we can make a run to that top 8. The last 2 times we played Curse Black, we beat them 3-0 and 3-1, so I'm feeling confident when we play them. And we have a few big days coming up, and if we pull those out, I think we'll be right in it.
And what day are you guys talking about already as a team? What matches are you gearing up for?
I think it's Wednesday. We play Denial and SB. Those are 2 big matches that we definitely have to pull out.
All right, well, best of luck. I know you guys have also been playing in the 2Ks. Are you guys signing up this weekend?
Oh, of course. Always in those 2Ks.
All right, well, cheers. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Best of luck. We'll be following Justice. Don't let us down, Twiz. I'm telling the story, man. Here's the comeback of Season 2. You guys can follow all of the Justice Squad on Twitter. I'll tweet that out after the show. Big thanks to Twiz for coming on. And that's going to wrap it up for today's show. All of the matches still to come this evening. Once again, we got Vex Gaming versus Evil Geniuses. That is facing off at 7 o'clock. They did it last Friday. Can they do it again? That is the question. Also, Curse Orange, Strictly Business with matches this evening. What is going to happen with our number 10 and number 11 seed at the moment? Who's going to make it easier on Justice to climb up that ladder? We'll find out later tonight. Thank you guys for watching the ESR. Tune in for those matches. Once again, 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MLG.TV. I'm Chris Puckett. I'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, as always.